What if I told you there's a blueprint for success that billionaires, CEOs, and leaders swear by? A set of principles that can help you navigate life's toughest challenges, build meaningful relationships, and even run a billion-dollar company. This isn't just another self-help book. It's Principles, Life and Work by Ray Dalio. And today, I'm breaking down the most powerful lessons from this masterpiece. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll look at life and work completely differently. Let's dive in. Ray Dalio is no ordinary billionaire. He's the founder of Bridgewater Associates, the world's largest hedge fund, managing over $150 billion in assets. But what makes him truly unique is his ability to distill decades of success and failure into simple, actionable principles that anyone can use. This book, Principles, Life and Work, is not just about making money. It's about mastering life itself, turning failures into lessons, creating systems for decision-making, and building a life of purpose. And here's the best part. These principles aren't just for CEOs or Wall Street professionals. They're for you, whether you're a student, an entrepreneur, or someone just trying to figure things out. Stick around, because I'm about to share the one principle that Dalio says was his ultimate game changer. Why should you care about principles? Because it's not just a book, it's a guide for navigating life's toughest challenges. Ray Dalio didn't start at the top. In 1982, his company, Bridgewater, faced near collapse. But instead of giving up, Dalio reflected, adapted, and rebuilt, turning failure into the foundation for his success. This book isn't just about Ray's journey. It's about you. It's a playbook for solving problems, making decisions, and overcoming setbacks. Imagine having a set of tools to tackle any challenge, whether it's at work, in relationships, or within yourself. And here's the secret. Dalio's principles, built on radical truth and transparency, are transformative. They're not easy, but they work. Ready to unlock the principles that could change your life? All right, let's dive into the first section. Life principles. These are the rules Ray Dalio believes are essential for mastering your personal life, achieving your goals, and overcoming challenges. And trust me, they're as powerful as they are practical. 1. Embrace reality and deal with it. The first principle is simple but profound. Embrace reality and deal with it. Ray says, dreams are great, but reality is the foundation. He believes that the faster you accept the truth of your situation, no matter how tough it is, the faster you can start solving problems. Think about it. How often do we waste time wishing things were different instead of facing the facts? Dalio learned this lesson the hard way when his company, Bridgewater, almost collapsed. Instead of blaming the market or making excuses, he embraced the brutal truth. He made mistakes, and that honesty helped him rebuild stronger than ever. Here's your takeaway. Don't fight reality. Face it head on and use it as your starting point for growth. 2. Pain plus reflection. Progress. Next up, one of Dalio's most famous ideas. Pain plus reflection. Progress. Here's the thing. Nobody likes failure. It's painful, embarrassing, and frustrating. But Dalio says pain is actually your best teacher, if you take the time to reflect on it. Let me give you an example. When Dalio's bold market predictions failed in the early 80s, he didn't just move on. He sat down, analyzed what went wrong, and asked himself, what can I learn from this? That process of reflection turned his biggest failure into the foundation of his future success. So here's your challenge. The next time you face a setback, don't just brush it off. Ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? Because every failure is a stepping stone, if you let it be. 3. Be radically open-minded. And finally, let's talk about a principle that's both simple and incredibly hard to master. Be radically open-minded. Dalio says that our biggest weaknesses aren't what we know, they're what we don't know. And the only way to grow is to challenge your own beliefs and listen to others, especially when they disagree with you. Here's a powerful example. At Bridgewater, Dalio created a culture where employees are encouraged, even expected, to question each other, including him. Imagine that, questioning the billionaire boss. But Dalio believes that's the only way to get to the best ideas. Think about it. How often do we cling to our opinions just because they're comfortable? What if you started asking yourself, what if I'm wrong? That's radical open-mindedness, and it's a game changer. These life principles are just the beginning. They're about mastering yourself, your mindset, your reactions, and your growth. But what happens when you take these ideas into the workplace? That's where things get even more exciting. Stick around, because next, we're diving into Dalio's work principles. And trust me, they're just as powerful. Now that we've covered the life principles, it's time to take things to the next level with Dalio's work principles. These are the rules he used to build Bridgewater Associates into the world's largest hedge fund. And here's the best part. These principles don't just work for billion-dollar companies. They work for any team, any workplace, and any career. Let's break them down. 1. Radical transparency. First up, radical transparency. Imagine a workplace where everyone is encouraged to speak their mind, where feedback flows freely, even if it's uncomfortable. That's exactly what Ray Dalio built at Bridgewater. He believes that hiding the truth, whether it's about a project, a decision, or even someone's performance, only leads to problems down the line. Here's an example. At Bridgewater, meetings are recorded so anyone can review them. Why? Because transparency eliminates politics, builds trust, and ensures that decisions are based on facts, not egos. Now imagine bringing radical transparency into your own work. What if you gave honest feedback to your teammates, or even asked for it yourself? Sure, it might feel awkward at first, but the results can be transformative. 2. Meritocracy of ideas. Next, let's talk about a principle that might just revolutionize how you make decisions. Meritocracy of ideas. Dalio believes that the best ideas should win, not the loudest voices or the highest-ranking people. At Bridgewater, they use something called believability-weighted decision-making. This means that everyone's input is valued, but decisions are based on who has the most experience and expertise in that area. Here's an example. Imagine you're in a meeting and you have an idea, but so does someone with 20 years of experience in that field. Dalio's system would give more weight to their input, not because of their title, but because of their track record. Think about it. How often do workplaces get stuck because decisions are based on politics, not logic? A meritocracy of ideas cuts through all of that, ensuring the best ideas rise to the top. 3. Systemize everything. Finally, let's talk about one of Dalio's most powerful principles: systemize everything. Ray Dalio believes that life and work are like machines. If you can understand how the machine works, you can improve it. That's why he's obsessed with creating systems, step-by-step processes that eliminate guesswork and make decision-making easier. For example, at Bridgewater, they use algorithms to help make decisions. These algorithms are based on principles Dalio developed over decades, and they ensure that emotions and biases don't get in the way. Here's how you can apply this principle. Think about a recurring challenge you face at work. What if you created a system, a checklist, a workflow, or even a script to handle it? By systemizing the routine, you free up your energy for what really matters. Dalio's work principles aren't just about improving your career. They're about creating a workplace where truth, logic, and innovation thrive. But there's one more set of principles we need to cover: the 5-step process Dalio uses to achieve any goal. And trust me, this process will blow your mind. Stick around. It's coming up next. This script captures the essence of Dalio's work principles with engaging examples, relatable insights, and actionable takeaways. ensuring viewers stay hooked. Let me know if you'd like to continue scripting the next section. Now let's get to the heart of Dalio's playbook, his 5-step process for success. This isn't just theory, it's the exact framework Dalio used to build a billion-dollar empire, overcome failures, and achieve his biggest goals. And the best part? It works for anything you want to achieve, whether it's personal, professional, or financial. Let's break it down. Step 1. Set clear goals. It all starts with clarity. Dalio says, you can't get what you want if you don't know what it is. Sounds obvious, right? But how often do we drift through life without a clear vision of where we're headed? Dalio's advice: be specific. Don't just say, I want to be successful. Define what success means to you. Is it building a thriving business? Becoming a great parent? Reaching financial independence? Here's a pro tip. Write your goals down and prioritize them. Dalio believes that having too many goals dilutes your focus. Pick the ones that matter most and commit to them. Remember, the clearer your goal, the easier it is to create a path to get there. Step 2. Identify problems. Step 2. Identify the problems standing in your way. Dalio says, don't avoid problems, embrace them. Think of problems as puzzles. Each one has a solution, but you can't solve it if you don't first acknowledge it. Dalio suggests looking at your goals and asking yourself, what's stopping me? Here's an example. If your goal is to start a business, your problem might be a lack of funding or not knowing where to start. Instead of ignoring these obstacles, write them down. Identifying them is the first step to overcoming them. Dalio's mantra? Problems are opportunities in disguise, if you're willing to face them. Step 3. Diagnose the problems. Step 3 is where the magic happens. Diagnose the problems. This step is all about digging deeper. Dalio says, don't treat the symptoms. Find the root cause. For example, if you're always missing deadlines, the problem isn't just time management. The root cause might be procrastination or overcommitting. Dalio suggests asking yourself, why is this happening? Keep asking why until you get to the root of the issue. It's like being a detective in your own life. Once you know the real problem, you can fix it for good, not just put a Band-Aid on it. Step 4. Design a plan. Now that you've diagnosed the problem, it's time for step 4. Design a plan. This is where you create a roadmap to solve your problems and achieve your goals. Dalio emphasizes that your plan should be realistic and actionable. Break it down into small, manageable steps and make sure each step moves you closer to your goal. For example, if your goal is to save $10,000, your plan might include cutting unnecessary expenses, setting up a savings account, and automating monthly deposits. The key is to make your plan so clear that you know exactly what to do next. Remember, a good plan is your bridge from where you are to where you want to be. Step 5. Push through to completion. Finally, step 5. Push through to completion. This is where most people give up. Dalio says, the difference between success and failure is often just persistence. Expect setbacks, expect challenges, but don't let them stop you. Dalio suggests tracking your progress and celebrating small wins along the way. These victories will keep you motivated to push through even when the going gets tough. Here's the bottom line. Success isn't about talent or luck. It's about following the process and refusing to quit. That's the Dalio way. This 5-step process is pure gold. It's simple, actionable, and incredibly effective. But Dalio's wisdom doesn't stop there. Up next, we'll explore how he uses tools like algorithms and systems to supercharge his decision-making. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. If you thought Ray Dalio's principles were impressive so far, wait until you see how he uses tools and systems to take decision-making to the next level. Dalio isn't just a master of principles. He's a master of applying them using technology, algorithms, and repeatable systems. Let's dive into how you can do the same. 1. Decision-making algorithms. First up, decision-making algorithms. At Bridgewater, Dalio and his team use algorithms to guide their decisions. These algorithms are built on decades of experience and data, turning complex choices into logical, repeatable steps. Dalio calls this systemized decision-making. Here's how it works. Let's say you're deciding whether to invest in a new project. Instead of relying on gut feelings, you create a checklist of criteria, things like potential ROI, risks, and timelines. Then, you assign weights to each factor based on its importance. By turning decisions into a formula, you remove emotions and biases, leaving you with a clear, objective path forward. Think about how this could apply to your own life. What if you created a decision-making system for career moves, financial choices, or even daily priorities? It could change the way you approach every challenge. 2. The machine mentality. Next, let's talk about Dalio's machine mentality. Dalio believes that everything, your life, your work, your goals, functions like a machine. If you can understand how the machine works, you can tweak it, improve it, and make it run more efficiently. Here's an example. At Bridgewater, Dalio treats the company like a machine. If a process isn't working, he doesn't blame people. He looks for flaws in the system. Then, he adjusts the system to prevent the same problem from happening again. What's the takeaway here? Instead of blaming yourself or others when things go wrong, ask, what's broken in the system? Then, focus on fixing that. It's a mindset shift that can make you a better leader, problem solver, and innovator. 3. Tracking and measuring progress. Finally, let's talk about one of Dalio's most powerful tools, tracking and measuring progress. Dalio believes that what gets measured gets managed. At Bridgewater, every decision and outcome is tracked, analyzed, and used to refine their systems. This constant feedback loop ensures they're always learning and improving. For example, Dalio suggests keeping a decision journal. Every time you make a major decision, write down what you chose, why you chose it, and what you expect the outcome to be. Then, review your journal regularly to see what worked and what didn't. This simple habit can help you identify blind spots, improve your judgment, and make better decisions over time. Dalio's use of tools and systems is a game changer. It's not just about working harder, it's about working smarter. By combining principles with technology, data, and structure, you can make decisions with clarity and confidence. But here's the kicker. Dalio's principles aren't just about work or goals. They're about creating a life of meaning and fulfillment. Up next, we'll explore how you can use these lessons to craft your own set of principles and build the life you truly want. Stick around. You don't want to miss this. We've explored Ray Dalio's incredible principles, his process for success, and his groundbreaking use of tools and systems. But here's the ultimate question. How can you create your own set of principles to live by? Dalio emphasizes that your principles are your guiding stars, your personal operating system. They help you make decisions, navigate challenges, and stay true to what matters most. Crafting them is one of the most important investments you can make in yourself. So let's break it down into 3 actionable steps. Step 1. Reflect on your life experiences. The first step is reflection. Dalio says, pain plus reflection equals progress. Your principles are born from your experiences, especially the tough ones. Think back to the pivotal moments in your life. Maybe it was a major success, a heartbreaking failure, or a decision that changed everything. Ask yourself, what did I learn? What would I do differently next time? For example, imagine you faced a setback at work because you didn't communicate clearly. The principle you might extract is, always over-communicate to avoid misunderstandings. Dalio believes that every experience, good or bad, has a lesson hidden inside. Your job is to find it and turn it into a guiding principle. Remember, your principles are unique to you. They're shaped by your journey, your values, and your vision for the future. Step 2. Write down your principles. Step 2 is to put your principles into words. Dalio says, writing crystallizes thinking. Start by writing down the lessons and values that resonate most with you. Don't worry about getting it perfect. This is a living document that will evolve over time. Here's an example. If you value honesty, your principle might be, always speak the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. If you value growth, your principle could be, seek challenges that push me out of my comfort zone. Dalio recommends organizing your principles into categories like work, relationships, health, and personal growth. This makes it easier to apply them in different areas of your life. Writing your principles isn't just an exercise, it's a declaration of who you are and who you want to become. Step 3. Live by your principles. Finally, the most important step, live by your principles. Having principles is one thing, but living by them takes courage, discipline, and consistency. Dalio says, if you don't stick to your principles, they're not principles. They're just ideas. Here's the key. Use your principles as a filter for every decision you make. When you're faced with a tough choice, ask yourself, which principle applies here? What would it guide me to do? For example, if one of your principles is value relationships over ego, it might guide you to apologize first during a conflict, even if you feel you're right. Living by your principles isn't always easy, but it's what sets you apart and keeps you aligned with your true self. Dalio also suggests revisiting your principles regularly. As you grow and evolve, your principles should too. They're not set in stone. They're a reflection of your ongoing journey. Crafting your own principles is one of the most empowering things you can do. It's like creating a personal compass that guides you through life's chaos, helping you stay focused, grounded, and true to yourself. So, take the time to reflect, write, and live by your principles. As Dalio says, the quality of your life will depend on the quality of your decisions, and your decisions are guided by your principles. And here's the best part. Once you have your principles, you're not just living, you're leading your life with purpose. In the next section, we'll explore Dalio's vision for creating a meaningful life and how you can apply these lessons to build a legacy that lasts. Trust me, this is the part where everything comes together. Stay tuned. We've covered how to craft principles, but Ray Dalio doesn't stop there. His ultimate goal is to use those principles to create a life of meaning and fulfillment. So what does it mean to live a meaningful life? According to Dalio, it's about two things: meaningful work and meaningful relationships. 1. The power of meaningful work. Dalio believes that meaningful work is more than just a paycheck. It's about pursuing something that excites you, challenges you, and aligns with your values. Here's how he puts it. Meaningful work is being on a mission you believe in and being part of a team you love. It's about waking up every day with a sense of purpose, knowing that what you do matters. But here's the catch. Finding meaningful work isn't always easy. It requires self-awareness, courage, and sometimes a willingness to take risks. Dalio advises asking yourself, what am I truly passionate about? What impact do I want to have on the world? Once you've identified your mission, use your principles to guide you toward it. Whether it's starting a business, pursuing a creative passion, or contributing to a cause, meaningful work is the foundation of a fulfilling life. 2. The importance of meaningful relationships. The second pillar of a meaningful life is relationships. Dalio says, meaningful relationships are the greatest joy in life. But meaningful relationships aren't just about spending time with people. It's about building deep, authentic connections based on trust, respect, and shared values. Dalio emphasizes the importance of radical transparency and open communication in relationships, whether personal or professional. Think about the people in your life. Are you nurturing those relationships? Are you being honest, supportive, and present? Dalio reminds us that the quality of our relationships often determines the quality of our lives. 3. Balancing work and relationships. So, how do you balance meaningful work and meaningful relationships? Dalio suggests integrating them whenever possible. Surround yourself with people who share your mission and values, and make your work a platform for building strong connections. But don't forget to set boundaries and prioritize what truly matters. Remember, success is hollow without people to share it with. A meaningful life isn't something you stumble upon. It's something you create, step by step, guided by your principles. When you align your work and relationships with your values, you unlock a sense of fulfillment that no amount of money or success can replace. Dalio's journey shows us that life is most rewarding when it's lived with purpose, connection, and integrity. But there's one final piece to this puzzle: building a legacy. Let's explore how Dalio's principles can help you leave a lasting impact.